My name is Tariq Jeffries, and for my informative speech today, I'll be talking about what I want to be when I grow up, which is a computer engineer. To start, growing up, we're always asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And usually kids say an astronaut or a football player or something along those lines, but we don't really know how hard it is to get to that point. And so the point of this presentation today is to enlighten you guys of what a computer engineer is, how to get to that point of being a computer engineer, and what you'll have to do as a computer engineer. So to begin, I guess it makes the most sense to start off at the what is a computer engineer. Well, from various experts in their article on tryengineering.org, which all this information was received on October 20th, 2018, computer engineering breaks down into three categories: computer hardware engineering, computer software engineering, and computer system engineering. For the sakes of this presentation, computer system engineering and computer software engineering has been categorized into the same category because they're basically very similar, but they have very small differences, which is how we get to this point. So then from there, from career points, computer engineering only goes down into two main categories, which is robotics and quality assurance testers. Robotics obviously deals with robots, and quality assurance testers are people who specifically work to ensure that your computer or your hardware is the best that it possibly can be and can be better. Now, from there, we need to learn how to get to be a computer engineer. It is very basic, very basic. All you need is a bachelor's degree in computer engineering. That is just to get into an entry-level job. And the nice thing about computer engineering is that if you have a degree in electrical engineering or even a degree in computer science, you can actually still get a job as a computer engineer because the curriculums are so close that if you're working on hardware, the electrical degree will be enough for you to still work on that field. And if you're a software, the programming that comes with computer science will still be enough for you to manage working in that field as well. The other thing is that at some point you will reach a wall which you can no longer get a higher salary or even move up in positions at your job. At that point, you will need to get a master's degree. And some jobs actually require you to have a master's degree even before you get to that point. So depending on what the job is or what you have to do, will require what level of education that you need. The final thing needs to be that your school is certified by ABET, which is just a board of people who certify schools, saying that if anybody that comes from the school has been taught how to be an engineer, pretty much. From this point, now we can get into what engineers actually do. Now, no matter what engineer you go into, you pretty much follow these 5 basics, but these particular points are pointed toward computer engineering. The information on these next 2 slides are supported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics on their website, www.bls.gov. And I got it off the site on October 20th, 2018. Now, you follow 5 rules. 1 is to design new hardware or software, depending on what type of engineering. Then from there, you test it. You make sure that everything works and it works the way you want to. Then from there, you analyze your test results and you find a way to make whatever you did cheaper while still being just as effective. From there, you just upgrade your older equipment to fit the new hardware or software, and then you oversee the manufacturing of any hardware and fixing of any mistakes or bugs or defects that may occur during that time. This goes for all engineers, not just computer engineers. But from there, I guess it only makes sense to talk about how much money you make for doing these 5 tasks. The 2017 median salary wage was for computer engineering was about $115,000 per or for May of 2017, with the low 10% being about less than, if not equal to, $66,000, and the higher 10% at $179,000. This is all determined by how long you've actually worked as an engineer and your level of education. Like I said, if you have a master's, you will get paid more than a person who has a bachelor's in computer engineering. And after all of this information has been given to you, that leaves you with one last question. Do you still want to be a computer engineer? Personally, I can't tell you if you want to be one or not. Hopefully, the information provided has given you a reason to still want to be a computer engineer. Personally, it still sounds like it would be a lot of fun to work with robots and do things in that area. On top of that, it pays well, and the fact that the field will be stable for many years to come, considering that technology is only getting bigger and more advanced. So, I want to thank all of you for coming out today, and I hope you guys gain new knowledge on the field of computer engineering and the understanding of what goes on in it, and an understanding of what you need to do in order for you to become a computer engineer. On paper, it sounds very easy, but it is quite difficult in action. Well, with that being said, all I want to leave you guys with is that the mech that I'll be in will only fit one person.